I'm Ben with the BTC Sessions, and this is your bullish bit brought to you by BitcoinWell.com, the simplest and quickest way to buy Bitcoin in the US or Canada and get it directly into your own self-custody. Check them out today at the links down below.
Honestly, I'm bullish because of some of the standard that you and other Bitcoiners have set through blazing the trail for the parallel economy. And just the parallel economy is a system. It's a way to opt out of fiat slavery, the fiatum that we've been born into. And every time that empire collapses, you can go back to Bitcoiners. We love to talk about the collapse of the Roman Empire, but you can look at the Persian Empire, the Babylonian Empire. You can look at more medieval empires, the Holy Roman Empire, which is more recent history. You could look at the fall of the Soviet Union, more modern, contemporary superpowers that fell. What happened in response? Every single time a superpower falls, a parallel system develops. There's always, for a period of time, it's usually about a half of a generation, a parallel economy develops because the centralization, the organization of the fiat money or whatever monetary standard the old regime had completely collapses. It goes away. And so people need to subsist. They need to buy goods. They need to buy products. They need to buy whatever they needed for their life. When the old money dies, what do? Well, a parallel system pops up and people would sometimes resort to barter, sometimes things like cigarettes, or in the fall of the Soviet Union, things like more practical things like gasoline or toilet paper or whatever were things that were almost used like currency. What happens is once the Soviet Union collapses and then the Russian oligarchs re-centralize power, which again takes about a half of a generation, you're talking about 10 to 15 years, they re-centralize power and then they absorb the parallel economy back into the system. So the parallel economies always emerge, 100% of the time they emerge, but they always get reabsorbed by the central power. I think Bitcoiners have a pretty good sense that we're on the brink of that next collapse, right? But the next collapse that we're going to see is one like we've never seen before. We're on a global world standard, right? The US dollar is a worldwide standard. Fiat money is everywhere in the world right now. Most fiat currencies, the longest they ever lived is 48 years. Well, all of those three, the biggest three currencies in the world right now, in the West at least, are at like 52, 53 years. They're living on life support. So we're at the end of this cycle. And so we are going to witness at some point in our lifetime the fall of the established world order, the way that things work, which right now is fiat money. What's unique about the Bitcoin parallel economy, it's the first time in human history that the parallel system will have been developed before the collapse. It won't be in response to the collapse of empire. We have a 15-year plus head start on developing this parallel system. We have a huge opportunity before us to build this parallel economy before it's actually needed. And if we do this right, if the Bitcoin parallel economy becomes robust enough before fiat dies, we might just see a migration from fiat to Bitcoin, almost like a seamless transition into the future. And so